Hey guys, I am Ken Ross here. I'm a business consultant that specializes in reducing costs for businesses by looking at their essential expenses. And today, I am so excited today because I get to continue my series on financial times, right? Where I speak to experts in the industry for financial health for businesses. And Kelley is no exception. How are you doing today, Kelley?
I'm doing great, Ken. How about yourself?
I'm doing awesome. Really thank you, and appreciate the time we can have today. You are I would say HR specialist, but I'm going to kind of let you tell me more about yourself. Tell me how long you've been in the industry and what it is that you do.
Absolutely. I've been in the industry for 23 years, and that is human resource services and payroll HRIS software for organizations.
Awesome, awesome. And tell me a little bit more about that, right? You said HRS
Yeah,
software. Now that's something I'm definitely familiar with, but maybe some of my audience isn't. I'd like to kind of break down what that is, right? What's the
a-
acronym?
yeah, absolutely. So human resources is covering everything from the minute you have a job opening to posting that job opening, sourcing candidates, interviewing, hiring, along with hiring, onboarding. And with onboarding comes the employee handbook, the necessary forms that you have to have on your filing system for compliance reasons, such as the W-4 and the I-9,
Mhm.
and management. So management of that employee's life cycle at the organization, which would
Right. So
be
I would
peer
imagine
reviews.
training is part of that too, right?
Absolutely. So training, onboarding, reviews, 30, 60, 90, depending on what kind of reviews your organization does, any sort of performance review for a raise or a merit increase, etc.
Mhm.
To really fully offering benefits to the
Mhm.
employee and workplace perks, and then one day retirement, or maybe it's a promotion. So really, I go into an organization and help them with every step along that way. And HR services is a really critical part to every step along the way of the employee life cycle. Now more than ever, especially with the Great Recession and so much changing on a daily basis in each state with compliance and the trainings that have to be deployed for employees in organizations, ensuring not only the organization's safety, but also the employees' safety and livelihood.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can imagine with as much change, like you said, that's been in this industry with a lot of people working remotely, a lot of people deciding their own destiny and saying, hey, look, I don't want to do this job anymore. I want to do this. HR services is definitely something you could you could spend a lot of money on. But what you're offering is something I think really would help a business owner do business, right? And so that kind of leads me to my next question. Financial health is something I always value. What are some of your philosophies to stay on how to stay on the good side of financial health?
When running an organization, just staying on top of compliance is first and foremost, because even the smallest compliance breach can really cost an organization a lot of money. Even the what seems like the smallest lawsuit can cause an organization a lot of money. So ensuring that you're working with a partner, a trusted partner like Asure, to help manage the steps along the way. Hey, here's what we need to stay in compliance with for payroll and payroll taxes. For example, you just mentioned employees, the way they're working is different today. And a lot of employees are working from home. It's a hybrid workforce, or they're in another state. And with that,
Mhm.
being in another state brings along more compliance and different compliance than where the organization is located. So ensuring that as a business owner or as an individual running a corporation, you have compliance metrics in place for everywhere that you're located, multi-state. We call it multi-state jurisdiction, not only on the tax and payroll standpoint, but from an HR standpoint, as well. For example, if you hire employees and have them working in California and New York, there's some mandatory first day of hire trainings that need to be done, such as sexual harassment. And with that, we can fill that gap or that void for the employees by bringing in our people. We could also help, recruit and hire for positions that are open here at Asure. So
Awesome. So
that
go ahead.
is financial health to me, is knowing here are the laws, here's what we need to make sure we have covered, and getting those things in place, even the HR handbook.
Awesome. And it sounds like you're delivering that expertise in this area, and you've done it for quite some time. So you're definitely aware of that. And I would think as a business owner, even if you're aware of certain aspects of HR, you're not aware of all of these minute
Oh my
details,
gosh.
especially when you mentioned the multi-state thing. I think that's really important, especially in this time. And
Yeah.
I love it. I think I can't think enough right now to even say, look, I have a good handle on it, which is why I would think someone like yourself would be valuable to my team, right? If I ever
Right.
wanted to be a global brand, I definitely would have to have a team of people to be a part of that. And it sounds
The
like
biggest
you
thing
have
that I
it.
have access to are resources. So
Mhm.
do I know everything? No way. Yet do I have resources that are studying employment and the rules of the road with employment every day? Absolutely. And
Absolutely. Yeah.
for example, our HR consultants here at Assure, all of them have over 15 years experience in HR, and they're all SHRM certified and have worked in the industry for a long period of time and are constantly staying current on what they need to know and keeping up with their quarterly and annual curriculums. Our tax managers are also in the same boat with the same amount of tenure, the same amount of experience, and also continuing to study. We do, as a firm, have access to our own legal counsel, so we know, okay, here are the rules we must follow. And then as
Right.
a consultant for Sure and a sales executive, I constantly go through trainings and educate myself as well and stay current with what I need to stay current with to bring my clients peace of mind that I'm continuing my education. So like you mentioned earlier, let the business owner focus on, I'll use the word strategic initiatives while we take care of some of those more tactical
Mhm.
and very time consuming laws.
It also sounds like you're doing a little bit of consulting too, right? Can you talk a little bit more about that? And you've really given me a good background on what Assure is, which was my next question, but I'm going to kind of get a little bit more detail. Just give me a little bit about the consulting part.
Absolutely. I think that's my intuitive approach to it. I've been doing this role for 23 years. And with that, I've always looked at myself as taking a very consultative approach. And what I mean by that is no two companies are the same, and every company is different than the other, whether it's a matter of culture or whether it's a matter of industry, state. I'm originally from Chicago, and it's very different than Denver, and being able to acclimate to the different personalities. So with that, every company is different. And so I really take a fresh sheet of paper to every appointment I go into with no preconceived notions or expectations on what their needs are. And I get to know what is working really well at the company from a software management standpoint and people management standpoint, and then what could be improved. There are clients of mine that are all set on payroll and they just need help with HR. I'm going to help them with HR, and we can do that here at Assure. We're very a la carte and able to customize our solutions depending on who we're talking to.
You stole my thunder a little bit. I was going to salvo into the next question, which is why it's so different. And you kind of already clued me into that, because I love to save money, right? That's one of the things I help businesses do, is save money on their essential expenses. But you seem to understand that model very well too. Like, it's an a la carte business for you. Kind of explain a little bit more about why you're so different than other HR providers out there.
First and foremost, our team is amazing and stellar. And I can truly say that. The VP of our HR consulting team is the best I've ever seen in the industry in all 23 years that I've been in it. she really takes a nice strategic approach to the organization she's working with. And her team ripples that same demeanor and expertise. Therefore, I have a lot of peace of mind when I'm coming up with a solution for my clients and my potential clients. Our software is our own software, which means our response times are going to be faster. It's the ability to be more customizable is there for my clients. And that's something that in the past I didn't have the luxury of talking about before. Sure. There's a lot of security behind what we do. And so I really love the fact that, we have about maybe a little under 1,000 employees, yet we have about 80,000 clients on our platform. So our numbers are pretty impressive, especially with how long I've been in the industry, to be able to have these numbers to speak of, yet still have that Main Street feel to the day-to-day communication with my clients and my internal team is reassuring.
Awesome. Yeah, and it does sound like there is, like you said, this team aspect of this very passionate group of people that can get together and really serve businesses. Do you have offices all over? Because you're based out of Denver, right? That's where you're based out of. But are there offices in other places too?
Yeah, I am in Denver. I work with clients, all over the U.S., wherever I'm referred. And with that, our corporate headquarters is in Austin, Texas, and we are located throughout the U.S. We are helping a lot of clients around the country with everything from employer retention tax credit audits to, employer handbooks, all the way to multi-state payroll tax jurisdiction.
Last thing I want to talk about very quickly here. You and I know each other from various spaces. We've talked a lot. There is no assertive relationship here. I don't get any credit for, hey, talk to Kelley, but how can people reach you and what is it that you're open to for businesses? Because I really feel like my audience and people that find this online, they should talk to an HR specialist. And they should talk to some of these things, right? Because these are very much things that people overlook.
I love it. And you're right. There is no incentive here. It's just, a fellow business person talking to another fellow business person.
Absolutely.
That's what makes it so cool. With that, I would say that I would talk with someone like myself as soon as possible. If you're thinking about running a business, if you've opened your doors, even if you've been in business for 5 years, because there are a lot of things out there that you could potentially save money on or even get some money on, like employee retention tax credit. Through the CARES Act, employers are able to get
that's a really big
chunk
one.
of change. Yeah.
It's a really big one, yes. Employee retention tax credit, I heard all about it. I've told a lot of people, I've consulted them on it. So yeah.
Absolutely. Definitely. So it's going to be an educational experience in speaking with myself or someone who works like myself. At the end of the day, I'm just looking to share some knowledge and be a resource to my clients. Asure has many free resources for our clients. We have a weekly webinar where we have really skilled professionals talking about topics like Affordable Care Act, what's changed, ERTC, why you need an employee handbook, different topics. We store all these free webinars on our website. We have a free blog that you can access on a weekly basis, a new one each week. And we have links to the other states, important forms that you need to have, whether it's a state unemployment form that you need to fill out for your organization to ensure you have that number and that experience rate, or just an I-9 W-4 form, staying current with 2022. And these are free resources. So when you talk to me, I'm going to show you where this is. I'm going to point you in that direction. And I'm absolutely going to ask you some questions about your business. But at the end of the day, I have a good feeling you're going to walk away with something you didn't know. And I know I will too, because awesome. I'm going to learn about you.
Absolutely. And I'm all about education. So I'm going to do my best to put in this video, the description of this video, ways to contact you, maybe even links to some of those resources before you get a chance to send them to it. So I would really appreciate the opportunity to do that for my audience here as well. And I really do appreciate you taking the time out today and sitting down with me and talking about financial health. I think HR services is definitely something people overlook initially, and they think, oh, I just got to hire employees, I got to do some legal things right, and we'll move forward. It's a constant education, a constant process, and someone like you is definitely a valuable asset to any team when you're trying to grow a business. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much. And I absolutely share my phone number and my email.
All right, well, stay tuned, everyone. I have more people like Kelley geared up for my Financial Times series. Would love for you to stay tuned to this series as well as see any of my other videos. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I would love it. Hit the subscribe button, share it with your friends, and visit my website. I am kenross.com. Until I see you next time, I'll see you around. Thanks, Kelley.